Hello YouTube, it's Sunday. That's usually just hobby day. It's only about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's kind of chilly in the shed. Okay, having a cool down. I've been experimenting. 600 grit, whatever that's in whatever thousands, and that's my heavy duty scrubby pad, which was taking off a little bit of paint, but we use some kind of liquid. Uh, I'm thinking a little bit of lighter fluid. I want some kind of petroleum product, not really to dissolve the paint, but something better than water. We're probably going to see a green in the middle of it. See how beat up this is? Right there where that funny shape is, I got a bunch of super glue on it by accident. And it started eating right through the finish. And see that funny little line right here where it dripped over? I can't tell you without looking in my videos of how long I've had this. We're going to polish it. We'll have the only Kershaw, this model number. This is the Clash. I think I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it will be in the description. I always forget. There's so many names for knives. We're going to disassemble it the easy, hard way. We're just going to take this out by taking the clip off. And that means you got to fit it to washers when you put it back together, because we do not feel like disassembling the whole thing. But I think we're going to have to. I think I'm right. We had this thing apart a while back, didn't we? Make a video? Yeah, spring assist, you can't do that. I'm thinking of a regular lock blade. You just can't yank the blade out because you got the spring, so. We'll snap a couple of photos. I think I made a video on this knife when I cleaned it up, took the spring out. I'm sure I did. You can't remember that. You own so many pocket knives. Anyway, let's talk more work. We're just going to bring you back when the blade's done. Well, what do you think? Remember, this is a work knife. That 600 grit Scotch pad is really aggressive, and that's 1200, which will kind of get the scratches down. It's hard to do this because you want to sand that way, and you'll see the scratches, and then leave the black up here. So notice it hasn't been abused that much over the years. We're going with that. I have an M-Tech knife that's kind of half and half. That's the look we're going for. This side will be easier. See the serrations? I've got my little, it's a tire ashtray. It's beat up. It's so good to lay stuff up on and work on things, like hanging off there. I use it all the time for stuff. We're going with that. I think you're all saying, yes, yes. Why take all this off when it's still good? It looks cool, don't it? It'll look good. Let's get the other side done and get it together. Well, are you ready to see it? Are you as excited as I am? I did take some 2000 grit. Kind of polish it. Okay, one more time over the steps. First, I used a really abrasive pad with some lighter fluid. It helps loosen that paint up. I took some 600 grit, then some 1200 grit, and then this is some 2000 or whatever. It's just super fine. A lot of that sandpaper, when it gets up there, to me, it's about the same. 2500, 2000, 1500. Remember, it's a work knife, so you're not going to get super smooth polish. See how that has that finish? But it's easier to keep clean. I like the style, and here comes the train. We're just going to let it blow. That was still painted all inside of there for protection for corrosion. And this has never really wore that much. I don't use this for work like I used to use my old one, because it's just such a nice knife. But it is my everyday carry knife. It goes with me every time I go somewhere, unless in the winter time. In the winter, I have a real nasty knife for self-defense. I carry them on my coat. It's super sharp, super pointy. But this, as far as working outside, everyday carry. There you go. Thanks for watching. If you get brave, this is how to do it. A lighter fluid does help. Just beware, that stuff's flammable. Don't be smoking and cigarettes and candles going and getting it all over your hand. You know all the danger warnings. Here, read the can. I'm being sarcastic. Woo, he's on fire. Anyway, that's not funny. Thanks for watching. I'll give you some pictures.